Hi, this is Amy from the Spencer Public Library, and today we're going to talk about internet safety. Everyone likes to think that they will not be the victim of cybercrime. The numbers of complaints are rising drastically, especially in older age groups. I know you hear it all the time, but a strong password really is your best line of defense. But you need to use good passwords. There are good passwords and there are bad passwords, and we're going to talk about both. Here's a list of bad passwords. They're overused, they're common, and they're really easy to hack. You also don't want to use anything that's common knowledge about you. You're gonna get hacked if your password has something to do with your public-facing personality. If you must, at least flare it up with some numbers or symbols or something, but ideally, just don't. Also, you know those fun quizzes that go around on social media that's like, hey, remember the year you graduated? You know, like, what was your first car? What was your school mascot? Blah, blah, blah. Do not answer those. You notice that it totally lines up with the security questions to unlock your password on your bank? Yeah, that's data mining to get your personal information. For the love of Pete, do not answer those questions. Just do not. No. So you can see on this thread, everybody's just putting down what their cars were, and DMV records aren't as easy to get in a lot of states, but it's still not that difficult. And with those records, we can get so much personal information. One of the things I recommend in your important stuff like banking is when it asks stuff about like your mother's maiden name, is invent a fake family. Now, you have to remember that information, but, you know, if somebody does pull your information from public records and then they try to hack you, well, now that's not going to do them any good because all your information in your sensitive documents is for your fake family. So here you go. Now you've got the opportunity to join the family of your dreams. The safest passwords are ones that don't make any sense and are completely random. The downside is they are impossible to remember. So another thing you can do is you can make something that's kind of random out of a little rhyme or saying. When I was a kid, we learned the order of the planets with the little saying, "My very eager mother just served us 9 pickles." Of course, Pluto's been demoted now, but you get the idea. You can make it a little more random by using something like the 3s for E's or 1s for I's and 0s for O's. Even a sentence like, "I do my laundry every Thursday night," gives you 7 letters, and then you throw a symbol at the end. Gives you 8 characters. And then mix it up with symbols, letters. There you go, 8 characters. Another thing you can try is a password manager. You can do one through the browser. Those are free and easy, and they can be protected with 2-factor authorization. Downside is they can't work across browsers and can be tricky when you're using them across other devices. Base password managers offer multi-factor authorization, secure backup, and dark web monitoring. But now you've got a third party handling all your sensitive passwords, so there's that to consider. Putting a password manager locally onto your computer is probably the safest option. The chances of somebody breaking in and getting into your computer is pretty low, but there is the potential of the device itself failing. All of them have advantages and disadvantages. You just have to decide what's best for you. Okay, let's discuss those dastardly viruses. So a virus can do anything on a computer that a regular computer program can't. A virus needs human help to get started, though. They need to be downloaded from an email, or you have to go to a website to get infected. Worms are like a type of virus, but they do not need human help to spread. A Trojan horse is a type of damaging program or virus that sneaks in on another program that looks legit. Facebook is one of the worst places for viruses to spread. These games and quizzes where you find out which princess or what color your aura is are just ways to hand over your information. And then these links spread like wildfire. It says something like somebody died or was injured or somebody's looking at you. And then you click on it and then you've got a virus too. Then your profile will post the same link and you'll infect other people as well. Best way to stay safe? Use something like Brave browser or put some ad blocker add-ons onto your favorite browser. I'm a big fan of Opera GX. It also has a built-in ad blocker plus a VPN so that it hides my location for additional security. The built-in antivirus Windows Defender for Windows 10 and 11 is actually pretty good. So you can use that, but maybe use it in conjunction with something like Malwarebytes to pick up that stray malware that it might not pick up. And if by chance you do connect with anyone suspicious, disconnect your computer right away, hang up, and do not be afraid of being rude. Ransomware is nothing to sniff at. If you get something like that, turn off your computer right away and take it in to be repaired. Just don't even mess with it. I've even seen some fake ransomware lately where they pretend that they've got control over your computer, but they're good actors. Just reach out for help. If you have something like this, just take your computer in and get it cleaned out just to be on the safe side. If you get an email from a Nigerian prince, it's not real. But I apologize if I'm wrong and it was, but it's not real. If you get an email from a company, make sure the address matches the address of the actual company before you click on it. Same with the email address. And remember, these companies aren't going to ask for your information in an email or anything like that. Make sure it's actually got your name on the email. There's a lot of phishing attempts. That's phishing with a PH. They send out very realistic looking emails and they get people to click on these links. And then they'll get you to enter your password and your username, and then they will steal your information from there. Okay, now we are on to romance scams. It breaks my heart how often I see this happening. I am always getting messages from widowed doctors and retired military guys. In 2023, the FBI reported that there were more than 19,000 victims of romance scams, with losses greater than $735 million. So this is a lucrative scam business, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. So here's a supposed doctor that I got a message from. And, obviously, I don't believe he is real. So let's go ahead and do a reverse image search on his photo. And from here we can see, yes, he's a real guy. And we can also see, yes, his photos have been used before in other scams. Here's one of the other scam accounts using his picture, and there's the real guy. He's even actually a doctor. And this is common. A lot of people's photos get stolen for these romance scams. There are even Facebook groups and websites devoted to publishing photos and catching some of these people and helping folks that have been scammed. It doesn't just hurt the person getting scammed. This poor guy's photos were stolen and it about ruined his life. Here are some signs to look out for if you do meet somebody online. Look out if their photo is extremely manipulated with filters and such, which, does happen in today's Snapchat and filter age, but ask for a regular photo. These folks often rush things. They're going to fall in love with you, like, immediately. Big red flag. That's a big red flag always, so just no. They're going to, they're going to come meet you, but then those plans just they're always canceled, and they have some really wild excuses for it. Another big red flag, just no. They may try to isolate you from your friends and family or try to get some sort of dirt on you that they may try to blackmail you with later. They're going to hit you up financially. They're going to ask for a wire transfer of money, or they're going to ask you for gift cards. If anybody asks you for gift cards, you run. Nobody pays their bills with Google Play gift cards. You just get out of there. This is fake. Okay, here's a good one for you. This is a scammer, and he was using a filter, but on the phone call, he got disconnected, and then when he came back, his filter either didn't work or he forgot to turn it on. So this is a great treat for you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? So
What you doing? Hello.
I can't see you.
Can you see me? Yeah. What's going on?
So you can see that was pretty bad. The mouth didn't move, the eyes didn't blink, and it was obviously very fake. Plus, his filter didn't even come on, and yeah, that was not great. 2 big thumbs down on your attempt, bro. I know a lot of people do online dating now, and it's a scary place out there. Just be really careful, and I highly recommend always doing a reverse image search to make sure that they're not using stolen photos. So let's talk about shopping. You know, when we live in an area that's rural like we do, sometimes you have to go online to find the products we need. Always do your shopping over a secure connection. You know, the free Wi-Fi we have here at the library and what you can get at, a restaurant is fantastic, but it is not great to do your banking or some shopping on. If you're at home, make sure that your firewall is turned on. Only shop from reputable merchants. Be sure to check any and all reviews. In the address bar, look for the S on the HTTP. You want the S and the little lock. That means it's a secure site. When you pay, use a credit card rather than a debit card, or use a virtual card number, or a digital wallet like Google Pay, Apple Pay, or something like PayPal or Venmo. In person, it's safer to use Tap Pay rather than insert your card, because you can't use a skimmer with Tap Pay. Make sure you actually read the product reviews instead of just seeing how many stars they have. I've actually seen them swap out the item. Like, once I was looking at a product and was like, wow, that looks great, but it was like some sort of electronic item. But then when I started reading the reviews were actually for a Christmas wreath, and people liked the Christmas wreath, and so it had a lot of stars, but obviously the Christmas wreath were not the electronic item that I wanted. And look at measurements too. We've all seen the funny posts where somebody got a tiny rug or itsy bitsy furniture that's like for a Barbie instead of the patio furniture that they expected. I had the opposite happen with a purse once. I thought I was getting a purse, and what ended up coming was like the size of a duffel bag. And yeah, it was kind of a surprise. If you're getting gift cards, make sure you're getting them from a reputable source. Don't just buy gift cards from other people. You have no idea what you're getting. When you're finishing the sale and a website is asking you for stuff like your date of birth or other personal information, don't put that in. Just lie. What are they going to do? Not sell you the item? Just put whatever you want. If the website forces you to create a password, make sure you do something like really elaborate, because a lot of these small businesses are the ones more likely to get hacked because they don't have a team of IT professionals. And unless it's a site that you're going to be ordering from often, if it has the option to check out as a guest, just do that. You don't need an account. Let's talk about AI. It's here, it's a problem, and it is not going away. So on the surface, we have a picture of a couple of dudes, and they're hanging out, doing whatever. But, one of those guys has been dead for a very long time. When you look closer, it's quite obvious. Their skin is unnaturally smooth. And then the key is really looking at the background. The words don't spell anything. And the trees are just not right. They aren't natural. The symmetry is just all wrong. It's just like too creepily perfect. The people are weird. And is that a penguin? AI-generated images are showing up on social media pages that are geared towards emotionally charged content, particularly a lot of partisan-based stuff, and that's not an accident. These ones with soldiers I have always been completely baffled by, because we have plenty of pictures of soldiers, but whatever. These are great examples, though. You'll often see that the background is blurred out so that it can hide some of its weird issues. And so things that you'll want to look at are hands. Right now, AI, it's constantly improving, but it's still not great at hands. And accessories. So hands, accessories, and text. Really bad at all of these. So look at the first guy. You'll see that the babies have a whole bunch of extra fingers. The guy's got one giant melded together hand, and the flags on his patches and the one in the background are messed up. And then his patches with his name, you cannot read them. In the middle picture, her fingers are fused together and her patches are messed up. And in the final picture, the guy in front has weird baby arms, and your guess is as good as mine as to whose legs belong to who. And now this is the kind of stuff we have to worry about. These images are being generated and they're being sold to the news as they're being real. And right now, we can look at the background and we can look at accessories and we can pick out things that look fake, but that's changing really fast. It's incredible and terrifying how quickly AI is becoming more and more realistic. This article was written in 2021. The one-click fakes are here.
I'm going to show you some magic. It's the real thing. I mean, it's all the real thing.
I mean, a fake Tom Cruise isn't very scary, but what else could happen? Less than a month after the invasion of Ukraine, this deep fake of Volodymyr Zelensky appeared online, telling the citizens of Ukraine to surrender.
Шановні захисники, бути президентом виявилося не так вже й легко. Я змушений приймати складні рішення.
These are the kind of things that are terrifying and that could have horrific repercussions all over the world. So in addition to all of the images, we also have AI in written text. And something that you will find is the tone will be all over the place. You just don't have that feel that you'll have with a human author. There won't be any links or cited sources. And you won't see any typos or grammatical errors. People make mistakes. You'll see repetitive and keywords being tossed in there all the time. It'll take, like an entire wall of text to make a point that could be done in 2 sentences. You won't see really any variation in sentence structure, just very formulaic. It'll have like a weird formal tone with no personality, and you'll often see inaccurate or outdated information. For some reason, AI likes to wrap things up with by presenting this information, I've given you more tools to protect yourself from potential threats online. Or, by the time I get done with this, I should have gone to bed 2 hours ago. There's actually a Reddit thread of AI's favorite words. There is an ongoing thread of where they are keeping track of the words that appear over and over in AI. And it's pretty funny. So here is a collection of what they have found. And please always check your sources. As more and more AI rolls out, it continues to give terrible information. Google has unleashed a nightmare on search results. And it is giving results like this. And please understand, it is not okay to leave your dog in a hot car. Even if there is a catchy fake Beatles song about it, please don't. And because there is satire out there, the robots don't know what's real and what isn't, and it's grabbing that kind of information, reporting it as fact, and then throwing it out there. So you have to be really careful. So don't ever take AI as gospel. You need to source that information as well. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Please like, follow, and subscribe on whatever platform you're watching this on. Thanks so much and have a great day.